everyone, and as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm doing the mid-year freakout tag. I don't tend to really do tags anymore on my channel, mainly because I don't get tagged in them, but I saw this and I debated for a while whether to do it because a lot of people have been doing it, and I decided it seems like a nice little way to mark the halfway point in the reading year. So I decided that I just answer the questions to sort of see where I'm at. So let's get into the questions. Best book you've read so far this year? Without a doubt, that is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. If you follow me on any of my social media, you will know that I cannot stop talking about this book. I absolutely loved it, and not to be too preemptive, but I already know that this is going to make it onto my favourite books for the entire year. I will leave a link to the full review that I did of this book down in the description below. But basically it follows a girl called Molly who is a plus size girl, and for that reason she feels that she will not be able to get a boyfriend, and she feels that she is going to be stuck with this list of 26 unrequited crushes. I don't think I will ever stop talking about it until Becky Albertalli's next book comes out. I just absolutely adored it. Best sequel you've read so far this year? I don't have one. New release you haven't read yet but want to? That would be I'd Die For You and Other Lost Stories by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The kind of history behind this is that F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote a lot of short stories that he never published for various reasons, and recently they were discovered and compiled into this collection of stories. I absolutely adore The Great Gatsby. It's one of my all-time favourite books, so I've been meaning to get around to more of his other works, so I feel that having a collection of short stories is the best way to really go about that. Most anticipated read for the rest of the year. I don't have a cover or anything for this because there isn't one, as it isn't out until October, but that is The Creekers by Tom Fletcher. Biggest disappointment of the year so far, that for me is going to have to be Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. I absolutely adored Lady Midnight. I think it's one of the best books that she's written to date, and I was so excited for Lord of Shadows, but it was not great. I just found the info dumping going on a bit too much, because as the second book in a sequel you can't really get away with that, oh it's a new series, so covering stuff makes sense. There was just so much info dumping about stuff that I already knew, and even stuff from like what had happened in Lady Midnight, that it just made the book so much longer than it needed to be. So when stuff did actually start happening, I didn't really care anymore. Biggest surprise of the year so far, that will have to be All the Good Things by Claire Fisher. I did a full review of this as well, which again I will link in the description. And this book follows a 21-year-old woman called Beth who is in prison for a crime that she won't talk about. She refers to it throughout the story as the bad thing, and her therapist gives her a notebook and a pen and tells her to write about all the good things in her life, and it's kind of snapshots in time as you build up more of her character, and she talks about these good things while slowly building up to revealing what the bad thing is that she did. Favourite new author? That would have to be Simon James Green, who wrote No I Can't Even. Again, I will link to my review of that down in the description, but it's a British LGBT book and it's absolutely hilarious, so I am down for whatever it is that comes out next from Simon. New fictional crush? I don't really have one. New favourite character? Again, Molly from The Upside of Unrequited. It's been such a long time since I've related to a character as much as I have this one. Book that made you cry? That would have to be A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. Book that made you happy? The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. Go read it, it's great. Favourite book to movie adaptation you saw this year? I don't have one. Favourite reviews you've done so far this year? For my blog, this would have to be Doing It by Hannah Witten, and for my YouTube channel, this would have to be The Good Immigrant, which I will link in the description down below. The next question is the most beautiful book you've bought so far this year. I didn't buy this, it was sent to me by the publisher, but that is See You in the Cosmos by Jack Chang. I just think it's so kind of simplistic and beautiful, and it really captures the essence of what this book is about. And the final question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? Those are Mr. Stink by David Walliams and A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. I got given these for Christmas last year, so I really want to get these out of the way so that the only things I have to read are ones from this year. On top of that, I recently borrowed Room by Emma Donoghue from my friend because I was talking to her about the film and I haven't read the book, so she lent me that. So that's it for the mid-year freak out tag. How are you getting on with your reading? Have you achieved your goals yet? If not, how far away are you? Let me know in the comments below and I will be back with a new video soon. Bye!